So it's a lovely wet morning here, and I thought let's make use of it and do a little video on something I've been meaning to do for ages. And that's the various techniques that we can employ to reduce the amount that our foot slips in the shoe. There's numerous reasons for slippage in the shoe, one of which is for those of us who are just a little lazy and don't want to tie up our laces and want to slide the foot in there. And if you do that, unfortunately, as soon as you get any way active at all, the foot will slide forward and the big toe or the second toe will start hitting the end of the shoe. And that can be pretty uncomfortable, cause the nail to discolor. If you keep doing it long enough, it can even cause the nail to thicken and possibly even become subject to fungal infections. So as long as you can tie up your laces, keep tying them up. It's cheap exercise, it keeps us flexible, and it's just a heck of a lot more comfortable and stable. So let's assume you are tying your laces and you're still slipping. So we've got a couple of techniques I'm going to run through, and I'll show you how you can improve on that. So here we have an example of a mid-range shoe, nice and simple. This is kind of how it would look coming out of the box. Clearly this did not just come out of the box, it's got a few miles on it, but I chose it because it's got a nice contrast in color between the light gray and the dark of the lace. So the first and most simple method of improving the heel grip, the stabilization of the foot in the shoe, is to take the final lacing, just tighten that up a little bit, take the final lacing in the shoe and actually reverse the direction in the holes. Very simple, and this again can be applied to a dress shoe, casual shoe, basically any type of footwear that has laces. And by reversing the direction of the lacing like that, it significantly draws the material closer together here. And that really will reduce the ability for the foot to slide forward in the shoe, and it also reduces the ability for the heel to rise up and lift up in the shoe. So the first method, as I said, pretty simple, and that can be used for normal casual activity. For more athletic activity, the industry itself recognized that this was a very common problem. And as a result, they introduced this little item here. So this extra little lace hole is designed to improve your ability to close the shoe up more firmly and prevent slippage. What you simply do there is pass the lace through that hole. The same on the other side. And then put the free end of the laces through the little loops and then draw it closed and tie the shoe as you normally would do. So what this does is, by using that additional lace hole here, that actually pulls this material forward, and again you get that very tight closure at the front, so it basically narrows down this opening so it really gets to grip with you. And that significantly reduces foot slippage, which is more prevalent again when we're more active with multi-directional sports, court sports, that kind of situation. For those that are running with inclines and declines, especially running downhill, it's very typical for the foot to want to slide forward, and by locking the foot in with this, it'll greatly improve that. So that being said, having used and employed this technique for many years, I've found quite a few athletes that have found it can actually irritate some of the soft tissue structures, the tendons that come down at the front of the foot. Just the lacing comes out a little bit too far back. So we get a little variation on that could help you further. So let's back up to our starting position. All right. Here's our shoe out of the box. So in this situation, what we do is we actually remove the lace from the last hole. We skip to the final one, creating the loop. Same on this side. through our little elephant ears there. And again, draw that forward. So here we've still got the advantage that we're drawing the shoe forward from this lower, more posterior spot on both sides, but the meeting point or the crossover point is slightly further forward, so it's not going to irritate the tendon as it comes down at the front of the foot there. So that's a really nice technique, and again, you can get really good pressure, and by splitting the final attachment point between these two locations, it decreases your awareness or your sensation of pressure at the front of the shoe. So hopefully that gives you a few useful ideas that you can try and employ to reduce the slippage of your foot in your shoes when you're doing activities. If you have any other ideas about subject matter you'd like us to cover and talk about, please make a note in the comments and we'll try and get on it. In the meantime, look after yourselves, be active, and keep well.